Good morning, Paul. It's Tuesday, the 3rd of January. Here's the heads up brief for today.
Great, good. Go ahead.
Paul, in Indonesia, workers groups in Depok, West Java have threatened protests against the presidential decree that replaced the omnibus law on job creation. It seems that there is some momentum building up against the decree.
All right, great. Keep a close eye on that, a really close eye. Thank you.
Yeah. In Indonesia, the government approved the first development plan for the Tuna offshore oil and gas field located in the South China Sea. This is between Indonesia and Vietnam.
Okay, thank you.
Authorities also extended a 20 years production sharing contract with BP in West Papua. This will allow BP and its partners to operate until 2055.
Okay, look, that's a really interesting one, actually. BP started off with all the right intentions. They're going to develop really close relationships with the local people, create a lot of Papuan employees. The reality is they watered it down. It's a majority Javanese, virtually employs no locals. The advantage of gas fields over mines is they're a lot harder to shut down and a lot easier to protect, and I'd suggest that BP may get away with it because it's a lowland, very benign Papuan population, unlike the highland Melanesians that the PNG gas fields deal with and the mines in both PNG and Papua deal with. So BP is probably going to get away with some extended periods of serenity despite the discriminatory way it's rid its workforce once it's got its operations going. I know there's a lot of undercurrents bubbling through because we get a lot of the communications coming to us. Keep a real close eye on that one. Thank you.
Yeah, sure, Paul. In Thailand, a minister from the Prime Minister's office said that the House of Representatives may dissolve shortly before the term is supposed to end on the 28th of March. He said that once it is dissolved, he will join a new party with Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha. So as of now, elections are set for May 7th. If the House is dissolved early, a new date will be announced.
Okay, thanks.
Also in Thailand, Paul, in the last year, authorities seized over 230 million methamphetamine pills on top of increases in other drugs. This was a 25% increase from the year before.
25% increase. Were these data from all over the country, not a specific seizure, right?
No, these were across the country, Paul.
Okay, thanks.
In Papua New Guinea, the governor of Morobe province said that the Wafi Golpu project special mining lease agreement will be signed early this year.
If I had $1 for every governor or prime minister or minister of mines and mineralogy that said that, I'd be a very wealthy man, mate.
All right, Paul. In South Asia, in Nepal, the prime minister-elect will face a confidence vote on the 10th of January. He's the chairman of the Communist Party of Nepal, the Maoist Center faction. If he does win it, it doesn't mean that Nepal will be stable for the near future because the coalition still looks quite testy. So we'll see how the vote goes on the 10th. Okay,
great. Obviously, it's a fairly dicey and precarious position, so get me posted on that one. Thank you.
Sure. In Pakistan, we talked a little bit about Imran Khan's protest yesterday. So the general elections must be held by October 2023, Paul. Now, over the last year, Khan's party has won several provincial by-elections, and it even took over the Punjab Provincial Assembly, which was a major upset for the current government. But his rhetoric and actions while Khan was in power have alienated some of his support and broken the momentum that he came on in 2018 with. And now he also has the military against him. So he is still popular, but the odds are stacked against him. And many would argue rightfully so.
Yeah, but I'd suggest that what's happening at the provincial level won't translate into a national resurgence for him, as is evidenced by his lack of momentum in stating he's going to dissolve various elements and then doesn't. His great marches have come to be a great blunder. So thanks for the heads up on that, and thanks for giving it the context of the provincial versus national difference in power.
And Paul, lastly, in the Europe, Middle East, and Africa region, there's a series of strikes in the UK for the new year. It involves government agencies, national highway workers, rural payment agencies, and even unionized train drivers. So the cost of living crisis continues.
Okay, great. And look, I've seen all these going out to our clients on the various channels that we have separately with those and on our broader email. So thanks a lot, Uday, for the briefing. Obviously, I'm going to be tied up later today. So thanks very much for a great brief as always.
Thanks, Paul. See you tomorrow then.
Cheers.